Hi there, Aries. How are you? It's me, Anissa from the Inner Stereo, and I'm back again doing your September 2018 readings. So as usual, this is going to be your relationship spread, and you could always apply it with anywho. It could be with your friends, family, colleagues, best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, fiance, exes, haters. Anywho, I'm basically just going to pick up your relationship energy in general, okay? So how are you guys doing right now, my fellow fire sign? Interesting. So your first energy for the now, you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles talks about unwavering devotions and energy that you have towards someone. But the thing about the Knight of Pentacles in this particular deck of mine, as you can see in here, it's a very, very passive energy. It's like your way of saying, like, you know what, I do have something for you, but I'm just going to keep it right here. We're just going to keep it right here. So if you need any help, I'm kind of like right here for you, but I'm not going to move forward, which is very, very atypical Aries, because you guys are fire signs, same like me. Sometimes we do have the tendency to kind of like want to charge some things and everything, but for some reasons you guys would like to adopt that Knight of Pentacles energy, if that makes sense. You have the Ten of Pentacles, so it's beautiful card. Ten of Pentacles, not only that does it talks about collective happiness, that you're focusing so much on collective happiness, but you also would like to focus on the earthy things of the relationship, if that makes sense. You want to find out like how you plan forward and everything like that. And you're kind of like looking for a loyal companion in here with this dog. Someone who always is supportive towards you. You guys have the Queen of Wands in reverse in here too. So the Queen of Wands in reverse, it's a very, very bipolar energy for real, Aries. But I feel like the best part about it is that your energy in the now, if you could manifest this, or if you could implement this energy towards your monetary gains, or your finances, or your business, or your works, or whatever that is, you can actually make a lump sum of money, like for real. Okay, the Queen of Wands in reverse talks about someone who gives into that impulsive side nature of them. The Queen of Pentacles is a very, very feminine energy. Can you imagine, like, I'm not saying that you guys are dealing with a Leo, but imagine you're dealing with a Leo woman who is who knows that they're very, very beautiful, like a seductive person. And you kind of like using your sexuality for your advantage, if that makes sense. And with the Queen of Wands in reverse is someone who is very, very strategic, but because you guys are very, very strategic, it turns very, very deadly. So what is challenging you guys? You have the Five of Swords. I feel like if you were in a relationship with your partner, or if you're just dealing with your crush, I feel like there is a difference in a love language between the both of you. What is deemed to be a sacrifice from your side is not being seen as a sacrifice from your partner's side. What is seen as a sacrifice from your partner's side is not being seen as a sacrifice from your side. So there's like a lot of feelings where you felt underappreciated, and them too. The second challenge you have is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups have two meanings into this. The first one is you're dealing with someone who only cares about their own emotional well-being, which is a little bit different than you guys. I mean, they only care about themselves. You guys cares about the collective happiness, if that makes sense. Not only do you care about the collective happiness, but you care about, the tangible things of the relationship, right? But you're dealing with someone who only cares about their own emotional cups, their own emotional well-being. The Nine of Cups is also someone who is very, very attention hoarders. So they like the attention that they're getting from you. But, because this is a challenge and because this is a general spread, the Nine of Cups could also talk about this month of September calls you to not only should you focus on collective happiness, on what makes your partners happy, on what makes your mother happy, on what makes your child happy, on what makes your friends happy, but also at the same time you kind of like need to ask yourself, am I happy? Don't focus on someone else's happiness before you even focus on your own happiness, if that makes sense. Because I feel like your cups has been neglected for quite some times now, and it's not only by someone else, it's been neglected by you. Are you happy? Okay, so in the past you were dealing with the Chariot, and you're also dealing with a Magician. So this is from their side. The Chariot and the Magician is a beautiful card because the Chariot always have a star that they want to go through, the direction that they want to go through. And this person feels like, in the past, this person feels like you are a very, very interesting star that they want to kind of like go to, right? And with the Magician card in here, they are very, very confident, and they are willing to put in the work, whatever it takes, whatever they have on their sleeves in order to make this relationship work. But there is this Eight of Wands in here, so it's either a total block of communication, a total stop of communications, or there are just some things that were left unsaid, like a lot of bottle of feelings that it takes sometimes for a fire signs, or especially Aries, to be comfortable enough so that you can be emotionally vulnerable towards someone, if that makes sense. Same goes to me. I'm a Sagittarius. It takes a lot. You know, I need to warm up emotionally very, very slow for a long time before I can be emotionally vulnerable. Same for Leo. We guys are the same, so I feel you, okay? So I feel like there's like a lot of unspoken words, things that were left unsaid, a total halt of communications, okay? And then with you, I feel like you kind of like, there is a possibilities that you guys are dealing with two people, because there's like two conflicting energies. And now, if you guys were dealing with only one person in the past, you kind of like know that this is going nowhere, but you did it anyway, because you just can't help it. Okay, you kind of like know in the past that this is not going anywhere. You were unable to think of the future with the Two of Wands in reverse. You were kind of like unable to see what's going to be in store for the future of the both of you. But you trust because you do feel like a lot of connection towards this person with the Two of Cups in here. Your emotions win, and then you guys are kind of, fuck it, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Okay, so this person now has the Three of Wands. If this is like a long-term relationship that you've already been having, and now this person seems to be unable to let go the past behind, if that makes sense. It's either your past mistakes, or their past habits, you know, the habits that you don't like about them doing. They just keep on repeating doing it over and over and over again. This person has a problem with doing it. It's either they're very stubborn, or it's because you were unable to communicate what you want them to do effectively. Nice, very nice. So, what's going on in the now, Aries? If you're dealing with one person, though, the table kind of like turned. In the past, you didn't see the future. You didn't know what to do. You were unable to see things from a helicopter point of view. You just guys are kind of like focusing on the flaws of the relationship instead of taking that helicopter view to see things from a bigger picture. Now I think like the table kind of like turned on you. Why? Because now it's their turn of being that way. Okay, it's either because they're very, very stubborn, or because you guys were unable to communicate things very, very effectively. So this person is kind of like, they're not kind of like moving forward with anything, and they're not even leaving the past behind for whatever reason. Okay, so if you're dealing with one person, they might kind of like project that they have changed. They might kind of like project or presenting themselves that, you know what, this is me. I'm a good, you know, wifey or husband material. I've changed. I'm going to be a loyal companion with you. I'm always going to be here for you if you ever need like emotional support, someone to vent. I'm going to cook you nice dinners and everything like that. Being a Queen of Pentacles energy, a very, very Queen of Pentacles who is, you know, like I can't find any English word to describe the Queen of Pentacles, but the Queen of Pentacles is a very, very conventional housewife type of thing, you know? Okay, and I feel like, be careful though, if you're dealing with one person, don't get too kind of like all excited because of this, because they still do have a problem. If this is like a new person, they still do have like a lot of problems of leaving their past behind. So they're still not completely move on from their past. But if this is like someone that you've been having like a long-term commitment with, it's just that the habit that you really hate about them, your past mistakes is still there. Okay, so yeah, just be careful about it. So now with you guys being the King of Wands and them being the Queen of Pentacles, just be careful so that you don't push the wrong button, okay? Because I feel like you guys are now like there. Ace of Cups. When you guys are emotionally stable, your creativity kind of like, woo, so great, right? And then I feel like in the month of September, it really is the great time for you to start planning to manifest your ambitions and your goals, because money-wise and creativity-wise, inspiration-wise, it's looking very, very good for you, Aries. Congratulations. I'm kind of jealous. I haven't done Sagittarius, but I love your energy. Wow, interesting. You have the Page of Cups in here. By the way, if you're dealing with two people, I haven't said that, but if you're dealing with two people, the person A, who is like the Chariot card, who you could see the future with, is kind of like unable to move forward, but unable to leave things behind. But you still do feel like a lot of connection with them, though. There are sometimes, things that just kind of like reminds you of them and just kind of like make your emotional thing porous. And then there's like someone here who you like them because of how either conventional or because you see the wifey or husband material in them, and you see them very, very sexually attractive, that you kind of like at the same time. And so we're talking about, if you're dealing with two people, we're talking about emotional connection and also kind of like passion, fiery connection in here. Okay? Right, so your past is kind of like returning in the now, in the future, I mean. At the bottom of your deck, you have the Empress card, and you also have the Hermit card in reverse. Shadow side, all right. Okay, and the Eight of Cups. So you guys do have like a lot of shadow side that you need to kind of like confront in the month of September 2018 as well. The shadow side is things that just makes you insecure about yourself. It's just the things that is kind of like lurking in the closet, and you felt like, it's about to get you sometimes in the future. And it's not really a good place to live in, especially for a fire sign, to be insecure. You kind of like taking a toll on our self-confidence, on our self-esteem, self-worth, and self-value. So I feel you when you don't want to deal with that. But sometimes with the shadow side, because it's a very, very Capricornian energy, and now we're living in the era of Saturn in Capricorn. So it's about, keeping things in check, keeping your confidence in check, keeping your emotions in check, keeping your groundfulness and everything that's related to pentacles in check, keeping your mental in check too. So don't be too afraid about that though. So what's going to happen in the future? So you're going to have like a coming back from the past, who was the person A, who was the Three of Wands in reverse here. If you're dealing with two people though, and this person actually has like a really, really genuine offer towards you. You have the Page of Cups in here. The Page of Cups in a traditional Rider-Waite tarot is the first fish that this person caught, and he's willing to give it to you. So it's a very, very genuine gesture. But I feel like, because of, you have the Eight of Cups in reverse in here. And again, as I said, what is seen sacrifice to you is not being seen as a sacrifice to them, because of how different you guys are and how different your love languages are. Because when this genuine offer is going to come at you, you guys are like the Five of Pentacles. So you guys are not kind of like feeling a little bit disappointed, like, this is not how I kind of like pictured it in my head to be. You have the Wheel of the Year in here too. So it's just something that is kind of like meant to be. Certain circumstances is just going to make you either meet them or interact with them or communicate with them. It's either you go to grocery stores and you bump into them, or you just need, they just need kind of like something from you and you just talk to them, or you need something from them and you just kind of like talk to them and everything. So it's the Wheel of the Year. So it's just something that is very, very karmic, something that is just meant to be, so that you can kind of like deal with that shadow side of you. If you could take this in a positive light, you could actually kill that shadow side. So it's like the lesson of Saturn in Capricorn checked by September 2018. Okay? Yeah, it's kind of like is a past love though, I feel. And you in the future, you're going to, if you're dealing with two people, you guys are going to be like having like a lot of inner conflict in here with the Five of Wands and Five of Pentacles. It's like you were so busy building something that was already stable for yourself. You were so busy making money. You were so busy doing your own things, and then suddenly, ding, things happening again. Okay. But the best part about it is that and you are going to kind of like realizing that you have the Eight of Cups here with the shadow side. So if you give into that shadow side of you with that kind of like things that is just haunting you from the past, you're just going to kind of like return back to ground zero. Instead, just trying to kind of like, whatever this is Eight of Wands in here for, it's like the universe is granting you like a second chance to finish whatever, to just kind of like burst out. I keep saying this to you guys, kind of like burst out, so that you don't feel emotionally unfulfilled again right now. The Eight of Cups, it's like you kind of like are waiting for, when is my time to shine? When is my time to kind of like find something that just makes me emotionally happy? When, right? Don't be too caught up on that. I mean, if you can actually beat that shadow side in you, you could actually make this turn everything, your life around, and you have your Saturn and Capricorn lesson checked. Because if not, it's just going to kind of like be a returning cycle over and over and over again. I hate bad readings. Yeah. Ace of Wands in reverse and Temperance card in reverse. Yeah. It's going to be kind of like a false start though, because I feel like you guys are kind of like completely different. No matter how genuine this person comes up, you're just going to feel kind of like a little bit disappointed. And with the Five of Pentacles in here, it's just going to just add into your shadow side, which is no bueno. Okay, which is no bueno. Keep your temper in check. Keep up the positive energy that you have in the now though, Aries, because it's looking really, really good for you in financial terms. Keep up this energy, and kind of like, instead of turning it into a very, very negative by the end of September, try to turn it into like a more positive vibe. So I would love to see, the Ace of Cups turning to becoming like the Ten of Cups, because you already do have the Ten of Pentacles in here. So money-wise and work, business, finances, promotions, whatever that is looking good for you. So I would love to see, your cups improving. Okay, so I really hope that you guys enjoy my reading, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.